Here we've got a pair of running backs. We're hoping their number will be called plenty in today's game. It's the Vikings going up against the Panthers. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a good NFC matchup lined up here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Guyton. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cam Newton and the Panthers coming onto the field. And Cam coming off a 4-touchdown performance against the 49ers. Threw for over 350 yards. Did have one interception, but 4 touchdowns. Pretty good.
Really good, and they got the victory. And that helps ease a little bit of the pain of the opening night loss in Denver, which was the Super Bowl rematch. Cam Newton's going to get better and better as the season goes on. If he continues to utilize all those weapons he has, move the ball around, look out. And next game, are you going to show up and wear one of those snazzy,
I was going to say, you know what else is getting better?
Chapeaus like Cam wears?
It's getting better and better. Those hats he's wearing every week to the post-game presser.
I think you'd look good in one.
I think I'd look awful in one. Stewart. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely a #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's got time in the pocket. Pass incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Anthony Barr almost defies description at times. He's built like a defensive end, but he plays outside linebacker and does it quite well.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Throwing on 3rd down. Newton over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, the Vikings are off to a 2-0 start, and their defense deserves a lot of credit. Look what they did to Green Bay in Week 2. Sacked Aaron Rodgers 5 times. Big interception by Trey Waynes down the stretch. And they actually recovered a fumble that Rodgers had in the pocket.
And with all that talk of Bridgewater, Sean Hill, Sam Bradford, defense just going about their business.
Mike Zimmer, their head coach, guy first.
Sherrills to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Still first down.
Now Newton. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Partner, I do take pride in being honest about what I've said. And with Kelvin Benjamin, I wasn't sure he had enough speed to be a true #1 receiver in the NFL.
What do you think now?
I was wrong. His size, his length, his ability to uncover latent routes, that more than makes up for whatever lack of speed he has. He is something.
Yeah, week 1, 91 yards. And how about this past week, week 2, 108 yards, 2 scores. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Ted Ginn, 28 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize. But when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Sam Bradford quarterbacking the Vikings as the offense heads onto the field. They were able to beat the Packers behind the performance by Sam Bradford. Now afterwards, he said after that week 2 game, he had butterflies first game in front of the home crowd there in Minnesota.
Well, it was a big trade and high expectations. And as you said, home crowd, he did not want to disappoint. In fact, what is that we heard after the game? Someone said he played in this game the way the Rams thought that he would play for them when he was drafted #1 overall.
Almost threw for 300 yards, had 2 touchdowns as well. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They go play action here on first down. Finding time. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make him more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Bradford again. And here's the first NFL catch for Laquan Treadwell. A very solid gain of 27. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now McKinnon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina. When Shaq Thompson declared for the draft, I said he should be a running back in the NFL. He said no way, he'd rather hit people as a linebacker. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. First carry of the game here for Matt Asiata. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bradford. Looking for someone to throw to. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Vikings send out Blair Walsh to try the field goal here. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board. Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there. Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown. And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it. Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Have they come up with a nickname for just Jonathan Stewart? Remember when it was double trouble when he's running with D'Angelo Williams in Carolina? But, boy, what a year he had in 2015.
Yeah, it was just 11 yards shy of 1,000, so close, but kind of stepped out of that shadow, didn't he?
Certainly did, and gave the Panthers a real identity running the ball.
Second down following the run. They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. From the gun on third down, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Offense for the Vikings coming back out there. This whole crew, offensively and defensively, got to christen U.S. Bank Stadium in a really nice way with that win over the Packers in Week 2.
And that had to feel good to the Vikings and to their fans because the 3 previous stadiums that they used for the first time as their home stadium, they had played the Packers, and all of those had been losses.
How about that? All of their home openers in those other stadiums were losses to the Packers.
Well, it is smart schedule, great rivalries in the league.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Second down, Bradford. Surveying the field. A dump down to McKinnon. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a...
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now third down, less than a yard. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd and 1, here's Bradford backing up. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried this instead. It resulted in an incompletion.
Now the 4th-year man, Jeff Locke, on to punt it away. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn. Here's Ginn. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Marching back out there, ready for the next possession. Here comes the Vikings defense. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3 and out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3 and outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see. Now Newton on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's brought down. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Panthers.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. To throw on second down is Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Yards still remaining here on third down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing on third down, Newton. He's got time. And caught left side, Olsen. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. You're never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They go play action here on first down. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it. And there he goes, right side. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. These Panthers had the most takeaways in the NFL regular season a year ago, and they get the scoop and the score here.
What was that number? It was a big number.
39. 6 more, by the way, than second-place Arizona.
Now, those are both teams that know how to swarm and attack. The Panthers did the best in the league in 2015.
Gano now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Here again is McKinnon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
As a rookie receiver for the Vikings, Stephon Diggs was a big-time story and maybe a little bit of a surprise. But the way he's elevated his game and really cemented himself as the #1 receiver for Minnesota, he's been spectacular in the early going in 2016.
And week 2 to that point, how about the game? 9 catches, 182 yards, and a touchdown.
He was one of the top players coming out of high school. College career didn't go quite the way he expected. He's making up for it in the NFL.
They run it with McKinnon. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end number to give them even more blocking power. And we just saw it on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
3 yards to go here on 2nd down. And again, it's Asiata on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. And this is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jeff Locke now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
On first down, it's Newton. It's complete right side to Benjamin. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On second down, they run with Stewart. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. From the gun on third down, Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. One quarter down, 14-3. That's our score. We're back to Uptown Charlotte after this timeout.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first down, Newton. Caught on the left side by Ginn. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Here's Newton now on second down. Incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And just like that, it's third down. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
And they only need a little bit here. Third down and very short. Here's Stewart. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come out in the pistol. Newton gives off to Stewart. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Oh, now Olsen slow to get up here. Still on the ground. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
Certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, Yeah, you're right. The sink just wasn't there.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Brian Robinson in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This fielded at the 2. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 30. Touchdown, Vikings. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what I'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On first down, it's Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Pocket firing over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Here's the option going right. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
On second down, here's Newton. And his pass incomplete. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Andy Lee now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
6 yards to go here on second down. Now Bradford on second down. He's got time in the pocket, and this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there, and it'll be third down. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. On third down, Bradford. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I'm just going to say his name, Luke Kuechly. Now, the fans, when he's playing at home, boy, do they respond when he makes a play, don't they?
And, boy, and why wouldn't they respond? You look at his career so far, most tackles of anybody since 2012, 591 coming into this year.
I'm going to do it anyway. Luke.
Second down, Bradford dumps it off for Asiata. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a third down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They go play action. Now Bradford. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now it's Ginn. He won't go down. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Second down now after the pass completion. Here's Newton now on second down. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Fresh set of downs here. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
In the red zone this time. They'll run again here with Artis Payne. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Draw play, Newton to Stewart. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
They'll try the air now with Newton. It's complete right side to Benjamin. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gano's kick is right through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And quickly, they get to the line. Bradford completing it to the right side. Johnson. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Second down, Bradford. And that'll be incomplete. So 1 yard to go here on third down. On 3rd and 1, here's Bradford. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st and 10, Bradford. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. To the air again with Bradford. Left side caught by Diggs. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and get...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Bradford now to throw on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Bradford again. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they're operating in the red zone. From the red zone now, Bradford can't find anyone open. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll throw again. Bradford finding time. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From a distance, he'd certainly like to forget. This one from 27 yards out. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both teams have done enough to be leading here to this point. But in a close game, you know the second half is going to have some more twists and turns, which should lead to some excitement. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Panthers have possession early in the first. Gann's able to haul in the contested pass. And 29 yards later, he'll go in for the score as they put the first points on the board. Gano set up to kick it away. Sherrill's going to get a chance to make it happen here, and this long run goes for a touchdown. Trailing now by just a touchdown.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A first down throw for Bradford. Screen play, McKinnon. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Well, that second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Asiata. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Here's Jeff Locke now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Surveying the field. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Okay, let's talk rookies here while we have a second. Who's impressed you through the first couple weeks of the new guys?
Well, a decent number of players, but I'm going to down focus a little bit here, okay? Because we've talked about the rookie quarterbacks, Dak Prescott in Dallas being one of them. But don't forget the runner, Ezekiel Elliott. He's really starting to come on. And then flip it over to the defensive side. The San Francisco 49ers have played pretty tough in the first couple of weeks. DeForest Buckner out of Oregon, he's doing a really nice job on the defensive side.
And Corey Coleman, Will Fuller, a couple guys on the offensive side switching it back there. They've been really good.
They know how to find the end zone, don't they? They get there, and they get there in a hurry. All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now Stewart on 1st down. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. And the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside. Because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. This is Stewart again. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And Gibbs got it. 23 yards on the play. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Newton on 1st down. Looking for Gannon. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Chad Greenway, with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now Bradford on 2nd down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bradford. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. The offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. McKinnon muscles him off. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. They run once more with McKinnon. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And for K'Wan Short, the questions about his motor really went away in 2015. Boy, what a season he had.
17 tackles for a loss last year, and, of course, give him another one right there. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Bradford. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Bradford from the gun on third down. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down following the run. Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Off play action. Newton. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Smiles, everyone, smiles, because when Cam Newton and Greg Olsen hook up like they've been doing throughout this game, that's one big reason why they're winning.
What makes Greg Olsen so tough to cover?
I think he really is a wide receiver in the tight end's body. He runs his routes with such great precision and some physical toughness, and he really fights and competes for the ball.
And then, of course, it helps to have Cam Newton throwing it to you. Now Stewart. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. One receiver left, three to the right. From the gun, Bradford. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Really good, solid run right there. And they did it from a 4-wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more running lanes and more options. And also, it usually takes the bigger defenders off the field, makes the defense lighter and easier to run against.
Bradford on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 2015 All-Pro, Thomas Davis. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Now Bradford on second down. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Red zone opportunity. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Every now and then I scratch my head when I see the draw play called, especially after a great run the previous play. Keep attacking. Sometimes the draw play develops slowly, and that allows the defense to react.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Charles Johnson's stock in trade is coming off the edge and getting to the quarterback. He knows how to make some of those subtle moves inside to help in the run game, and he did it right there.
He's an athlete back in high school, played football, basketball, track, so he's a mobile guy.
Mobile guy, made a nice play against the run.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. 3rd and long for Bradford. A dump down to McKinnon. And a nifty little deep juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his fullback, Mike Tolbert. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's got time, and he finds a man. It's Olsen, and he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Fresh set of downs here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Following the interception, Bradford. And he's got his man on the out route. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Vikings a first down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing again, Bradford on 2nd and 10. Over the middle here to Rudolph. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle? And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Now Bradford. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Jeff Locke now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Another pistol look here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. And the Panthers are going to get a 1st down.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Another run for Stewart. He's been busy. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
Here's the option going right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Stewart is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They go back to Stewart on first. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They'll run it with Artis Payne. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. From the gun on third down, Newton. And Gibbs got it. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Jonathan Stewart, his 20th carry, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down. Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line that could move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy. And remember, their head coach, Ron Rivera, a defensive guy. They love to run the football.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it third down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Throwing on third down, Newton. And there's a flag on the field, and that is incomplete.
Illegal forward pass, offense. That penalty is declined.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gano's kick is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. First and 10, Bradford. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Vikings.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Offense comes to the line now, first and 10. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bradford on first down. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Bradford now from the 50. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The 2015 Pro Bowler, K'Wan Short. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit. Third and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. They go play action. Now Bradford. He sets to fire deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45.
Well, you're trailing. It's the fourth quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They come out here in the eye. The handoff comes to Stewart. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a second and 11. Stewart is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position. Help out your team.
From the gun, here's Newton. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Touchdown, Carolina. Kelvin Benjamin. 57 yards, and the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
Gano for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Bradford now to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We just saw an example of what we talk about all the time when we meet with coaches. They want that hidden yardage to come to the front when they throw the football. Throw it, catch it, and then pick up more yardage after the catch.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 2nd down, Bradford again. The left side caught by Diggs. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Third and short yardage, Bradford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They come out here in the eye. They're going to run. It's McKinnon. Penalty marker is down here. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
Holding offense.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Desperation time. Bradford on 4th down. He's got time in the pocket. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Star Latulele in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Stewart. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. There goes Jonathan Stewart. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, 42 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. first down. Bradford finding time. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Ten yards still left on second down. A second down throw for Bradford. Screen play, McKinnon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bradford. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.